Well, I'm probably going to upset all kinds of subscribers with this one because I did not like The Acolyte. However, was it the worst, most terrible thing destroying Star Wars, and will it totally and completely bankrupt Lucasfilm? No, no. It's fine onto itself. But the more you look into it, it was fairly below average. That said, there were a few standout moments and some nice elements that Leslie Headland is bringing to the table. And yes, she is a very evil woman for associating with Harvey Weinstein. I'll be very clear. I don't like her politics. I don't like her ethics. I don't like her as a person. But as a creator, she's not great, but she is functional. So the first episode is fairly weak tea. We get introductions of May, okay, creative, and Osha. I think that's stolen from George R. R. Martin, by the way. But anyway, so May and Osha are sisters, and they're implicated in a murder mystery, which is not much of a mystery because I think most people have guessed the hidden Sith or Dark Jedi Lord in the background playing with a red saber. So, what did the first episode have? So, we got the murder mystery, we got the Jedi Order being slow as usual, and they're being led by Soul, who knows May and knows about a possible threat with Osha. And we're just twirling our, lightsabers around. So, did it look good? Yeah, the fight choreography first episode was pretty strong. But the main plot was kind of weak because they added a heist kind of prison break plot line that was kind of lame. They also stole from The Fugitive. I've seen The Fugitive. This is not as good as The Fugitive. That said, cinematography was strong, music strong, and the acting is actually pretty powerful because Lee is not a native American speaker. So compared to Madame Web, he speaks English pretty well, and it is kind of charming how he does this halting speech, which is a lot like Yoda. It doesn't talk really grammatical English. So there we are. And the ending was actually pretty strong with episode one. So I'm going to give that a 4.25. Sounds severe, but I think I'm being fair. Now, the second episode rebounded well. So it's a lot better, more fast, better pacing, but still a lot of issues. Like the Acolyte has done certain things very well, like makeup, practical effects. The aliens actually look like aliens. Like the Nemoidians look really like Nemoidians. But then this episode, things look a little weird or cheap. Now, I think with one character, I think that's intentional. So that character might look a little raggedy on purpose, but another person, like a Jedi, he looked really bad. He looked really, really bad. It just looked like they didn't really do much with his costume or makeup or anything. That said, it flowed better than the first episode. Even the dialogue improved, but the acting was more erratic. And although Amanda, who's the lead star, is very charming, I don't dislike her. This whole sister mystery thing is kind of just like meh. It's just a very, very meh. So far we have a very boring murder mystery. That's not much of a mystery. Some great cameos, some really great camera shots here and there, but that's about it. That said, there is the promise in the next couple of episodes of some pretty jaw dropping revelations. I'm sure that's going to split people. But thus far, these two episodes are fairly, not boring, but boy, they are slow paced. And they felt a lot more like Star Trek. Now, if it's a good Star Trek episode, I could recommend it, but this felt like a very average Star Trek episode. So the integration of those styles, still a little shaky. That said, Soul is intriguing. Amanda's a good actress, but the main plot is very, very weak, and the dialogue is insanely cringe. I mean, when the Dark Lord speaks, it's just like, we need to kill the dream. Steel cannot kill Jedi. We need to kill the dream. Yeah, we heard that even in Rogue One. It just seems to be very parasitic on the prequels and or Rogue One, which were far better, more gritty, and more gripping than this. But overall, not great, but not terrible. I'm going to give episode 2 5 out of 10. So the average is within the 4 to 5 range. Not catastrophically bad like Madame Web, which is truly insanely bad. But on the other hand, this is nothing to brag about. So hopefully the first two episodes were just really, really slow and really, really not going anywhere. But the other episodes will redeem this very slow beginning. But so far, not impressive, but there are a few standout moments and some things to admire from a production angle. And, that's better than nothing, but this will probably be the weakest of any of the live action attempts. at least so far.